Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be streaming some Atari 2600 games. Yeah, I always like to do this every once in a while. It's fun. I mean, there's just so many different Atari games to play, and these are the kind of games that I kind of never get bored playing. So it's always fun, and lots of them come with stories of when I used to play them in the past and all that other stuff. Also, what I like to do is, you know, with the chat, see if anybody wants me to play certain games. So let's see if there's anybody in the chat today. Hey, we got Games R. Well, I'm here early for a change. That's cool, man. Ew. Yeah, so I always like to, get people's thoughts on what games I might want to play and, just take it from there. But, I don't know which one I want to start off with, though. I didn't really think about it. There's just so many choices, and Dragon Storm. Stomper. Dragon Stomper. I don't even know if I have that one. To tell you the truth, I don't know if I have that one. California Games. Yeah, I need to check out that California Games. I need to do a video on that one. I've been doing my summer games videos recently, and I figure California Games kind of lumps in there with the other ones. Let's play some Chopper Command. Everybody likes Chopper Command. Oh, hold on a sec. I need to be able to see the chat. So the Stella emulator that I have, I don't know if this is just on my computer, but when I play it, it creates a fixed window in a certain position and I can't move it. So I gotta make a really small chat box in the corner here so I can see people are saying. And we got Articulated Toy Den. How's it going? Yeah, so I'm going to play some, what was it? Chopper Command. I don't know if I'm any good at this one. Let's see here. Start. There we go. It's one of those games I guess you have to hit the switch to start it. This is a classic. Activision is always a good choice for these type Atari games. Today, I don't know. Activision kind of has a tarnished name now. I don't think I hear a lot of good stuff about them. But when it comes to 2600 Atari, Activision was where it was at. I don't know if you can. Are those guys good guys or bad guys? I don't think I played a whole lot of this game, to tell you the truth. But there's a lot of games like this. I mean, this is like Defender and Empire Strikes Back, and there's a whole bunch of games that are like kind of the side-scrolling, shoot-'em-up style. Even Masters of the Universe, the He-Man game, kind of has this style to it. And they give you the little tiny map at the bottom there so you can kind of see what's coming up ahead. Although I always found it confusing to try and balance between the two. To always keep your eye on the bottom and keep your eye on the top to see what's going on. It's just good if there's nothing on the screen so you can kind of see where they're coming so they don't sneak up on you. Of course, if you're not paying attention to the map down there, it doesn't really matter anyways. Whoa. Stu's Game Reviews. What's going on? Am I dead already? I'm just going to adjust my volume because, yeah, it's just loud in my ears. It's not loud to you guys, but for me on my computer it's loud. Is this a real 2600? No, it's the emulator. Yeah, I currently don't I don't have any streaming devices to actually hook up any of my equipment to connect it to my computer, so one day I will break down and buy some of that stuff. I would like to be able to stream things like my Nintendo Switch one day. So that'd be kind of a cool thing to get my hands on. I know they're not cheap though, to get those. To get a good capture device, you can actually plug in those things into your computer and stuff. The Switch requires the HDMI. The Atari would require the RCA. guess unless you plug it all into a VCR or something, I don't know. I haven't really looked into how to actually stream from a real device. My other problem is my computer's upstairs and all my gaming systems are downstairs. So I literally have to like drag stuff up or down the stairs depending on what my plan would be. If I get a new computer one day or another computer, I can set up my computer downstairs or have a dedicated, say, streaming computer downstairs. That might be a good plan to do one day. You know, currently I only have the one computer, so I had to change my channel name from Stu's Reviews to Stu's Game Reviews because when you searched for me, you found some fool reviewing on Onion. That's good. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I remember calling you Stu's Reviews, and that's a good point. Actually, if you even searching for like Brian's Man Cave, you'll probably find like all these different Brian's Man Cave things, and there's like a barber shop called Brian's Man Cave or something. They're all out there. It's inevitable. I mean, it's really hard to come up with something that's completely unique unless you use your full name, and even then, if you have a common name, it's not gonna matter. Must be some awesome onions. I don't know, so it's better to just keep a line of fire and just keep shooting, or just hold the button down and just create a continuous stream. I don't know if that's good or bad. Yeah, that's the point. Like the emulator, well, there's a few advantages. I mean, I don't have to like have all the cartridges sitting in front of me if I want to switch games. Because when I do these things, I like to switch games. I don't like to just play the same game over and over again. Especially Atari, because you know, even this one's starting to get a little bit boring. After a while, it's the same screen over and over again, and to stream like that would, you know, sometimes it's okay if you're going for high score challenges or something like that. But I don't do that. I just play for fun. You know, playing for funsies. There's no point in, you know, and then I can switch between games like, you know, any game I want. Also, like all those homebrew games or those prototypes and all that stuff, I can play those easily on an emulator that you had one request denied. Yeah, I saw your request that was for that one game. I don't think I have it though. Unless I missed another request. Get out of my way. Grumpy driver. What's going on? Maybe you could play Spinning Fireball. Spinning Fireball. What is that? Yeah, back in the day, if it's at Activision, it was going to be a good game. You could always tell from the nice, colorful labels, too. I always liked the Activision labels. Well, the original ones. I guess not the original, but the first run, I think, were like that. They were all color-coded, and the boxes were nice and color-coded, and the cartridges always had like a screenshot of the game. It'd be like one that was like drawn in, but alright, game's already taken off. Thanks for popping in. Okay, let's see if we can get... But yeah, they always had the better labels, and then they later on they started coming out with these blue labels with just text on them. Obviously, that must have been a time when you know, Atari was kind of on its way out, and cutting costs and reissuing a lot of these games. I remember my Keystone Capers, the one I originally had, was the blue label one with the white text on it. Very boring looking. Even the Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters game had the Ghostbusters symbol. That's the one I picked up. But you can get it with the blue label, and it's just text. It just says Ghostbusters. Kind of boring. Some requests are denied because it doesn't have them. Yeah, well, if I don't have the game, I can't really play it. I kind of need to have the game. What was that? Okay. There's so many ROMs and stuff that you don't even realize when you have certain things. What's Care Bears? I didn't even know this existed. What the heck? All right, I don't know what this is. I'm gonna dive into this. Let's see if I can. Oh God, what is this? Am I doing anything? Is this even a game? It says it's a prototype. Okay, I can move right and left. Button doesn't do anything. Spinning fireball. Okay, so I'll check and see if I have that. I just saw this at the corner of my eye. I'm like, what's Care Bears? This doesn't seem like it's doing anything though. Kind of stupid. Yeah, Steve's saying he always liked Activision games. Parker Brothers boxes. Yeah, the boxes on Parker Brothers were pretty cool too. And their cartridges look nice too. But their labels seem to fall off a lot. See if I have that spinning fireball. I don't know what that is. Is that one of those, the ones on the... What was that thing that you put, you plugged the tape recorder thing? Hey, it's Jay Rushing. What's going on? Spinning fire. I don't know if I have it. I don't think I have it. No. Oh, I do. Is it a prototype or is it a... What is it? Oh, it's PAL region too. Might not even work. Whoa. What is this? Also called Firebug? Okay, let's see what's happening. Okay, so I'm that little dude. I don't know. Am I supposed to touch those? Am I supposed to avoid those? Okay, it's probably fire. What? What's going on? Okay. Is this like the actual game? Like, this is... It's supposed to be like a catapult? What did I do? He looks like he's like trying to catch something, but... Whoa, did I just like crap out a fireball? What the heck? Let's see what the comments have to say about this. Spinning Fireball was never released by Zimeg themselves, but Suntech somehow managed to get a hold of the prototype and released it as Firebug. In this game, you have to throw a fireball at the catapult at the back. Easier said than done. How the heck do you throw a fireball? It looks cool. I mean, the graphics look cool. But how do you... Ah, ooh. What was that? You press up to make a fireball, and then throw that fireball at the catapult. Played Princess Rescue. That was a good one too. I haven't played Princess Rescue in a while. Like I always say, I like to play that one every once in a while just to see if I can get further. Alright, so... Oh. This is so weird. Okay, I'm pushing up. Nothing... It's like coming out of his ass. What is this? Okay. I'm clearly not really sure what I'm supposed to do there. Nothing's happening. Look cool, though. Maybe that's, it says unknown in its PAL, but... Probably the colors are off. Yeah, I was trying to do something. It just looked like nothing was happening. Maybe it's, maybe the ROM's not complete. Maybe it's, broken or something. Yeah, we can do Princess Rescue. Princess Rescue's fun. I'm not good at it, for some reason. Just terrible at this one, but it's fun. It'd be cool to have this on our actual physical cartridge. I think you need to play the Fire Spinner version. Oh, that makes sense. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ooh, a star. Yeah, I have no idea where anything is in this game either. Like it's not exactly like Super Mario Brothers, so you can't just use that knowledge from the Nintendo version. This is its own game. The physical carts of these are $1,000. What? $1,000? Well, I guess so. There probably wasn't a lot of them made before the whole thing got shut down. I guess they got a cease and desist order or something, or somehow they just decided that they were no longer going to be able to sell them, or... Luckily you can get the ROM. This is where you that's where you press up to make fireballs. Oh, the spinner version, maybe, yeah. I need to get the fire plant. There it is. It's funny, this plays just like how the, or it's very similar to how the Super Mario plays on the Commodore 64, in that you only really have the one button to work with. Oh, crap. Although I don't know if you can map another button up to this, or not. The Commodore 64 one to jump, I think, is the one you have to push up, which is really confusing. Like, they used the fire button for the fireballs. I don't think they got a cease and desist. The guy just made one batch and decided, oh, okay, well, that's better story than getting a cease and desist anyway. I mean, we always hear about Nintendo being very fickle when it comes to their IP, right? It's like Nintendo and Disney. The two people you don't want to be messing around with. Like, they will shut you down. Not sure how far I've actually made it in this game. I think I've made it to the first castle, and that was about it. Actually, I might have passed the castle, too. Can you imagine if this actually did come out during the days of the Atari? Like, actually licensed from Nintendo? This would be amazing. I believe you can use a Genesis controller. Oh, that's probably does work. Because, you know, the Atari does have the capability of having multiple buttons. It's just that when they created it, they decided to only create the controller with one button. I think at the time they realized they only needed one button, or you should only need one button to play a game. But the Atari does have a lot of buttons that can be mapped to it. That's why they have things like the number pad and stuff like that, the keypad, and so it does have the ability to map buttons. So it would make sense that you can get a Genesis controller. Darn it! I don't know. This controller that I'm using now, it's not. I've tried different buttons, and I don't think any of them will shoot the fireball. Should try it again. Could be wrong. This would have sold 1 million copies. Well, if it was, you know, if this actually got released around the time when the Nintendo one came out, or when, you know, when Nintendo first came out, and all the people that couldn't afford a Nintendo, or their parents wouldn't buy a Nintendo because they had an Atari, I think they would have bought it. I would have bought this for sure. So I know I didn't have a Nintendo right away. I still I had my Junior, my Atari 2600 Junior, before I had my Nintendo. And I wanted to play Super Mario Brothers so bad. I would have bought this like for sure. Heck, that's why the Intellivision has number pads on their controllers, other than to make strategy games so much play. Yeah. Exactly. The Intellivision had all those buttons. Ah, thwomp. Ah. Push the button. It didn't do it. No! Thought I was going to complete that level. Go away, Goomba. Yeah, coin. It's really weird the way they've done this too. It's like, whoa. Like the coins, they kind of function differently. Where was that free man? I got a free man somewhere. I think I might have passed that. Oh well. Yeah, and some of these things I don't know what those yellow things are. I think they're just... I don't know if they're the same as the coin blocks, or... I don't know. Never actually seen a manual for this. There's got to be a manual online. Probably on, maybe on Atari Age or something. You can see the manual. I'd like to see that. Kind of explain what all the little colored blocks are. They made 12 million Pac-Man cards. Yeah, I've always heard that they made more Pac-Man cards than they made Ataris. Like, that's just weird. It's like they thought people were going to be buying more than one copy or something. Like, I don't know. I don't understand that logic. Say you made 12 million Ataris. Why would you make 13 million of any of their game? Is it because they thought people would wear them out by playing them so much that they would have to buy another copy of it? What? Oh. Totally thought I was going to make that jump there. Yeah, I'm just not good at this one. It's so much different than playing the real game, obviously. Controls a lot more clunkier, and having Mario being that big. It's definitely not as smooth as when you play it on Nintendo. But still cool nonetheless. Found a coin. It's too big, you can't get through the little gaps. Damn fire plant. Yeah, it's too bad at the time that this was actually up for sale. I had no idea about it. I probably would have grabbed it for sure if I knew, like, when it was, like, available for purchase at the Atari store and all that. Of course. Just fall and land right on. Yeah, great Guyana sisters. Yeah, that's another one. I never heard of that one before. When I was younger, that there was like a Mario Brothers clone, like Super Mario Brothers clone, like the Great Gianna sisters or Gianna sisters or oh jeez. Obviously, I never had it, so. Then again, you know, most of my Commodore 64 games were all from like other people just sharing games, right? So if somebody didn't have it, chances are you didn't have it. I didn't buy too many games like that often because, you know, games were expensive, and if you have a ton of games on all these discs, you're not constantly going out and buying more. Unless you got money. And then, you know, at that time I was a kid, so. Mark Cassell. I had this on my Harmony card a few years ago. It's great. Yeah, I mean that's one of the selling points of getting a Harmony card is you could just drop these ROMs on it. I mean, I've been considering it. I don't have any ROM cards for any of my systems. Like there's was it EverDrive or something for Nintendo, and there's the one for the Intellivision, which again I've almost considered. The what is it called? LTO flash card, I think. I just don't have, you know, it's a lot of money, so you really have to like justify it. And oh, have I ever been here? Can I shoot him? Oh, jeez. Did I get him? Sweet. I mean, for me, for the Intellivision, like, the only good thing a flash cart would do for me would be the homebrews, right? Because I pretty much have every Intellivision game I want. I don't know if I've ever been here. If I've ever made it this far before. What's that thing? Oh, that's a thing that you can't shoot. Okay. Yeah. This looks like he fell into the mustard. Oh, jeez. Just flew right off that pipe. This is amazing for Atari 2600. No criticism allowed. Yeah. I mean, the fact that this game can even exist remotely at all is, you know, amazing on its own. I mean, they wouldn't have been able to do this in the earlier days of Atari because of the cost and the requirement of such a big cart. That was pretty cool. The thing about Atari in the early days is that they had to cut back on cart space and all that stuff because it cost money, too much money. Hey, a bullet bill. Neat. Uh-oh. There's a dock. How do you get around here? Okay. Oh, the flag. Neat. Yeah. Atari presents Super Copyright Bros. Hey, it's Adam Santer. Oh. I'm not gonna make that. What in the hell? That was not fair. Oh. Back to 2-1. Oh, okay, well, at least it lets you start off. I thought it was gonna send me all the way back to the beginning again. Wasn't expecting that. Another shot here. I believe on the Nintendo, though, you have to hold down. What was the start? Was it the select button and start? If you want to start off where you left. if you could... Yeah, you can't get in there. Oh, I needed that turtle. Uh-oh. Turtle's gone. What do? Die? This one lets you go backwards, you know, whereas Super Mario Brothers, you couldn't go backwards. The first one, anyways. Oops. I wonder how many times it lets you continue starting. Or if it'll just continuously do this. Hey, a star! Now I can kill some things. I can't kill him because I need him to break the bricks, so... There we go. So you gotta get down. I wonder if I can go down here. It seems there's a lot of tunnels you can go down in this one. Warp pipes or anything. I wonder if this game has warp zones. Probably not. It's probably too small. What would the point in warping be? It's just like Super Mario Super Mario Land. I don't think there's any warps in that game either. It's like the game's too small. Oh, jeez. Oops. I'm curious to see if there's a water world or anything like that. I don't know. I've never actually watched anybody play this. Like, I've never watched any other YouTubers play it and see how far they can get. Okay, how do I do this? Normally, okay. Do I have to, like, run and jump? Oh! Thought I was gonna be dead for sure. Oh. Nope, no warps in Super Mario Land. The game is pretty easy. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean, like... How am I supposed to get up there? What? Foul. Ah! That's a hard jump. It's insane! Like Atari could have made this a Flintstones game back in the day. Yeah, true. I mean, you could always just take the concept, like a platforming concept, and just put whatever sprites on it you want. Let's see, what else do we got here? No, we're not going to play Donkey Kong. Not that Donkey Kong. That Donkey Kong's bad. Same with Donkey Kong Jr. Terrible on this system. Terrible. Although that being said, I would have loved to see a Flintstone game on the Atari, like an actual legitimate one. That would have been cool. Bumper Bash. Now that's an expensive pinball game. I'd like to get a copy of that one day. Mando. Gingerbread Kong with cookies. Exactly. Or I always said Ritz crackers. They look like Ritz crackers to me. Let's see. Dark Chambers? Cavern. Dragonfire. Yeah, that is a classic. Dolphin. Dragon Stomper. Oh, jeez, I do have that. Probably have no idea what to do, though. Yeah, this is one of those ones where it's, like, really complicated. You have to really know what you're doing on that one. Dukes of Hazzard. E.T. Target Fun. Yeah, I don't think I have that video game either, or the physical one. I do need to pick a copy of that up. Mario Brothers? Let's see. Carnival? Yeah, not Dragonfire. Dragonfire is the one where you're running into the castle. That's the one right over there. Dragonfire. Oh. This game gets pretty intense. Oh, why did I run back in there? Oh, Jeep. Holy. Ah. I was surprised that the Intellivision version was pretty much the same. I was expecting something better. Walking down Bourbon Street to a gig watching this. Oh god. Now that's how you get hyped up for a gig. You watch a guy playing some Atari. Ah, no. Ah. Watch out for the archers on the top. I think, yeah, the archers, I think they're only in the Intellivision version, aren't they? Decathlon was cool. You could tear up. So, yeah, I've always heard that about Decathlon. You need some damn good controllers. Even Summer Games has some very, same style of games in there. Have I played Zaxxon today? Nope. No, I haven't played Zaxxon. Maybe I should play some Zaxxon. Zaxxon's a good one. On this one, it's not as good as, say, the ColecoVision version, but then again, not many games were. I think it's because it's not at the proper angle, which kind of throws it off. It should be at that isometric angle, point of view. Yeah, track and field, yeah, it came with that 2-button controller thing that you plugged in. It just had 2 buttons or something like that, like it wasn't a joystick. I think, Atari had a lot of potential to have a lot of different style of gamepads. I think there was, but there weren't really mainstream stuff. Like, they did have, like, a few oddball things that you can plug in. But there just weren't, I don't know. I think they could have done better. I think they could have utilized the driving controller a little bit more than just one game. Why it only had, like, Indy 500 as like, the only game that really worked with it. Like, they created a lot of paddle controller games. the driving controller. They just kind of like left it out. Yeah, this port's not that good. There's another one though. There's a homebrew that's a little bit better version of Zaxxon. I forgot what it's called, but you can find it on the Atari Age website. I think they still sell it. I don't think I have a ROM for it though. But you can tell, like when you see the box and stuff on the store, that it's Zaxxon. Like it looks like it's got the Zaxxon style picture. I'm pretty sure it's at the proper angle. And I mean, there's other games like there's what is it? Desert Falcon. And I think there's another one that actually goes at the isometric view. I mean, it's not too bad. I probably would have played this if I had it when I was younger. Space something like that. Uh-oh, Zaxxon. Did I get him? Did I get him? Is he toast? Do I have to keep shooting him? Oh! Guess I have to hit him more than once. There I am, thinking I beat him, and it's like, oh wait. That wasn't enough. I don't even think, even that's, what was it called? Was it the Star Path thing or whatever? The one that you plugged into a tape recorder and then the games were on tapes? They didn't even make a Zaxxon for that. They made a better Frogger for some reason. I mean, this could have been a much better game, but it's also, I guess, licensing too. This was, you know, Sega, I believe, owns this. Of course, this was licensed to Coleco. So it was like, you know, licensed to Coleco and then sold on the Atari. Yeah, Star Path Supercharger, that's it. Plug into a tape recorder and then play games on tape. It's supposed to, like, you know, have much better graphics and sound or whatever. Or maybe not sound, but graphics. Because cartridges can only hold so much information. At least back then they could. This opened up all new doors to the programmers to be able to build bigger games, kind of like that Dragon Stomper game. That was like a full-blown RPG on the Atari. Definitely the Coleco games could have been redone and to look a lot better. Pulsar phaser. Not doing too well. My buddy James Campbell can play this game really well. Not sure if it's still today, but I know he mentioned something about having the record on this game, on the Twin Galaxies. I don't know if he's still holding it or not, but no. Just like that, I did. That was crazy. Xevious. Prototype for Xevious on the Atari 2600, eh? Whoa. Damn. Well, I guess they tried. This is a little bit ambitious. Plays kind of like Xevious. I mean, you got that little marker in front to show you where you're going to be shooting. And your ship looks like a magnet. or something. It doesn't look like a ship. I don't know. Yeah, this one. Oh, those look kind of cool. I think I just got hit. You can see they really tried for some games to really get it to work. I'm just going to keep shooting everything and anything that comes at me. I can't tell what... It looks like if I push up and hit the button, it drops the bomb. But I can't see anything that you'd have to use that on. I don't know what you'd have to... I can't tell what's flying up and what's on the ground. Unless I just haven't come across anything. I wonder if this is complete. Looks pretty complete. I don't know if it was supposed to have any music or sound or... I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Xenophobe. I knew that. I've heard of that one. Have you tried the homebrew 2600 game KO Cruiser? What? A Punch-Out style? No, I never heard of that one. Wizard. That game doesn't make any sense. Warp block. No, I don't like warp block. Let's go to... Oh, but... Tomboy. No. No way. Let's play the Texas Chainsaw. Whoa, that's not it. That's not the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What is this? Oh, it's a weird prototype. Ah. Thought it was... I think I do have that one. Wall Defender. What's Wall Defender? Playing a lot of games today I've never played before. Whoa. What is that? Oh, I might have actually tried this one. Or I played something similar to it. What am I, just shooting things that are coming towards the walls? Is that it? Can I go into that maze? Huh. Why would I do that? Oh. It just goes into the... Oh, this is starting to get crazy. It's kind of weird. You have to be on the the side. You can only shoot on the side that you're on, and only in that one direction. I guess them hitting my wall is not good. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. Oh. I get it. So your wall starts to shrink in and in more and more. Oh jeez, what's that? So I can see how this, you know, after a while of losing a couple of walls, it gets pretty intense. Not bad though. It almost seems like this should have been, unless it is, a paddle controller game. This would be so much better on a paddle. Oh, no, you couldn't. Oh, maybe you could. So you do have to turn around, but, I mean, if you're spinning the paddle around... Uh-oh, uh-oh. What happens if you're outside the wall? You die? That's funny. This game's kind of nutty. It's a video game home version later released in the US by Bomb. Yeah, Bomb made some pretty weird titles. It has the background music in the game and the opponents have their own titles. Driver control. Yeah, the driver controller. That would be cool. Yeah, that would make sense. That's what I was saying earlier. It needs more games that use the driving controller. I don't know what the reason why there was only one game that actually had that, or that used it. I don't know if there was like a reason for it, or if just nobody wanted to build games for it. Let's play some Aqua Adventure. This game you pretty much get it on all the flashbacks, I think. At least after a certain flashback number, like 7 or something. This is a pretty good prototype. Bermuda Triangle. I used to play this a lot on my Flashback Portable before I lost it. I have no idea where it is. I think it might be in my basement somewhere. My daughter was playing with it all the time, and I don't know. She could have taken it somewhere and left it. And I don't know. I haven't seen it in about a year. It's gone. Well, this one's hard because the diver guy kind of disappears into the water. It's amazing how many shades of blue they could pull off in this one. No. Yeah, he does look like the Intellivision Running Man. Well, yeah, I can totally see like the Intellivision pulling this game off and looking pretty much the same. Although I think the Intellivision would probably look a lot better. You'd probably be able to pull off better graphics. I don't exactly know what you're doing. I think you're trying to save the jewelry or something for the mermaid. I don't know. It's a weird story there. Armor ambush. Save our ship obscure. Not sure what that one is. Save our ship. Bank heist. Let's play some bank heist. I don't think I've ever played this before. It's almost kind of got a lock and chase feel to it. Except there are cars chasing after you. I was gonna say, I think there's a way to go into another screen. Guess there's only one, the long entrance thing. The other one just takes you to the other side. Oh, I should have got the one down there first. Yeah. Jeez, and it's the fuzz. I don't know what that does. Guess you can block them or something? Oh! That siren can start to get irritating after a while. After this, play Amadar. Yeah, I played that one before. I actually just got a boxed copy of that from Willie at Arcade USA. It's gonna do like a full-on video of that one, just to kind of do a little bit more in depth. I can check that one out just to. I think I remember how to play it. You have to like. It's like there's a few games that are like it. Give me some hat. What are these things? Look like hats. Why would you be after hats? Maybe they're... I don't know. Looks like I'm running out of gas, but can I buy gas somewhere? Or do you just play until you run out of gas? That's the end of the game. So I haven't seen no gas stations anywhere. Game doesn't really change too much. Doesn't look like it gets harder or anything. So I guess it's really just a race against running out of gas. Did it just explode? So you lose a man and then you get more gas. Cars after me. Oh. Wouldn't that be lovely if your car just explodes because it runs out of gas? It just blows up. You're out of gas. Boom. Maybe it's trying to symbolize that you just lose control of the car and then hit the side of the wall or something like that. That car could be Pimp My Ride. Could be one of the most impressive things ever seeing an Atari 2600 first-person shooter. Hey, yeah, maybe like a Doom game. That would be cool. The only time I get gas is when I eat Taco Bell. Yeah, that's when you get the real gas. Save gas, fart in a jar. See, Congo Bongo, that game can drive me nuts. How about some Pitfall 2? Everybody likes Pitfall 2. I actually just got a oh yeah, you can't get past that rat thingy. I just got a lot from eBay for some ColecoVision games, and one of them is Pitfall 2, so it's like a whole bunch of games that I just won the auction for. So hopefully it works. I mean, the guy said, you know, all the games are untested. Most of the time when you buy old games on eBay and stuff, they're untested. The guy said he doesn't even have a ColecoVision to test them anymore, so whatever. I mean, I always expect that the games are going to be untested. No guarantees, so But usually these old games, they work pretty well. I mean, they're built pretty strong. They last, so. Yeah, I used to play this on the Commodore 64 as well. And I think mine was broken. The one I have. Well, I still have that one, actually. Because some of the gold bars, if you touch it, it doesn't disappear. And it just keeps giving you, what is it, that time or something? Like, it just keeps filling you up all the way. So, it's kind of broken. Like, it just sits there and it constantly charges you up. These frog things drive me crazy. Just go straight down. This game does require a lot of memorization as to where all the gold bars are. Otherwise, you just keep kind of going onto all the different platforms. Yeah, see, it's up there. Of course, it's where the damn bat is. Beat that bat. Run! Pitfall, Harry. Would have been nice if we actually ended up with a Pitfall 3, like an official one. I have one on the Commodore 64, but people told me it's not actually Pitfall 3, it's just a clone of Pitfall. But it does look kind of like it's different. It's not like the same as a regular Pitfall. It's more like an Aztec feel to it. Missed the first treasure in the woods. Oh yeah. Probably missed a lot of things. You have to like stay on the top part and run. I don't even know if I can get up this way. Or if I'm wasting my time going this way. I think I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I haven't played this in a while since like I think this only takes you backwards to the we'll find it. Yeah, that's right. Damn! Going the wrong way! Swim back! Swim! Swim! Yeah, I remember now, because you end up falling into this and then you have to swim all the way back. It's still amazing like how big this game is. Like, I can imagine when people bought this in the past, they played it for hours. Trying to like find all the gold bars and memorize all the different platforms you can get onto. Gotta get back up, and then I gotta get past that frog. I always get died by those frogs on the ladders. The ones that are jumping back and forth. Frogs and the bats. Drive me crazy. Gotta time it right. And of course you get both the frog and the bat. Oh, come on. No. Get up there. Is it this way? No. I don't remember. Okay, I'll just keep going. Oh, there's a save point. That's good. Yeah. Alright, take care, Mark. Thanks for coming in. Whee! Floating on my balloon. Again, you have to know where to stop. You can get all the way up to the top, and then you have to land on a ledge or Oh, so you just fly all the way back down into the water. Ah, no. Come on. Back into the water I go. Can't even move. You know, it'd be nice if you just tried to grab onto a ledge. Dang. All the way to the bottom. Yeah, I had the balloon, and I let it slip through my fingers. What if I just die? Then I'll just get that thing there. I'll cheat my way there. Just die. No! No. Yeah, he can't jump and he's not that fancy. Can't do one of those flying jumps. Come on, balloon. Although that balloon looks kind of strange. Just because it's not really shaped like a balloon as much as it's shaped like a... I don't know. Looks like a UFO from like some other Atari game. Or one of those things in Mega Mania or something. I don't know where to stop. Oh. Some dude there. Save point. I got you, buddy. Is there another balloon or something? I need a balloon. I need a balloon. It's funny how those things aren't as hard in this one as they are in the first one. Let's go. Looking for a platform. Gold. Anywhere I can go, or do I just have to go all the way down? Get some gold, that's for sure. Oh crap. Alright. I love how it has save points. This game would be so bad if it didn't have save points. You'd have to go all the way back to the beginning. How many newfies does it take to play Pitfall 2? I have no idea. Oh crap. Okay. Gotta time that right. This game's all about timing. To be able to run underneath these things when they're coming right at you. Oh! Again, the importance of save points. Learn the trick of these guys. And there's lots of them too. You have to get around these guys a lot. Really? You hit my foot. Unbelievable. Darko1226. I subscribed to your channel recently. I love your content so far and I agree with your video. Alright, great. Thanks, man. Yeah, I remember seeing you, seeing it came in that you subscribed. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that was a fun video, the video game collecting. And there's a few other YouTubers that have been kind of doing responses to it. That was the Smash JT one that I did the video response on. Well, it's an interesting topic because it's something that's, you know, a lot of people are contemplating on today is, you know, keeping their collections and collecting more, especially as we're moving into the digital age. We've pretty much moved into the digital age, and you don't need to have the physical copies of anything anymore. I'm the one with Spinal Tap duty. Oh yeah, the return of Spinal Tap. A lot of people don't even realize that that even exists. I only knew about it because it was in a... When I used to rent, go to the rental store, they had it. Ah, jeez. And I remember renting it. Because I believe that just came straight to TV or something like that, or it was one of those direct to VHS, or... It wasn't like the Spinal Tap, the This Is Spinal Tap, which was like a full movie that went to theaters and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of like a side thing, and it was like 10 years later, I believe, it takes place. And it's more concert footage than movie. It does have its few like cut scenes in the middle and stuff. It's pretty good. I had to special order it. I do remember that. I had to go to this little store in the mall that I used to shop at all the time, and they were just like this little specialty store that just sold VHS tapes, and I had to ask them to order it for me. They had to special order it in. I had to like locate it and special order it in. Without hitting hit by the bat? Okay. This is crazy. I feel like everything's gonna hit me. I don't like that you can get so far and then... No! Dang it. Like, size doesn't really matter for collecting, however, it does matter when it comes to other little dazzlers between the legs. What? Must give a sacrifice to prove your loyalty. Sacrifice. Speaking of direct-to-video, most mockbusters are that. Do you collect for Master System? I do. I mean, I have a Master System myself, and the last game I actually bought for my Master System, what was it? Was it Ghostbusters? You know, I like to grab them when I see them, if they're at a good price. There's a few other games that I've been, you know, keeping my eye out for, but nothing major. I mean, I didn't really play the Sega Master System. I didn't have it when I was a kid, or when it came out. My cousin had it, and I remember playing, like, he didn't have a lot of games. I think he had, like, Space Harrier, and, of course, like, Hang On, and the, you know, those games, but I didn't really know too much about the Master System and all the games that were with it. I jumped into the Genesis. You know, the Genesis was my first 16-bit era system. I never picked the... I had my Nintendo, and I didn't bother with the Sega Master System. And for whatever reason, I didn't jump on the SNES. I think because it was still quite expensive at the time. Oh, hey, the ring. So I didn't jump on the SNES, but then the Sega Genesis came out pretty cheap. Like, they re-released it or whatever. It came out with a cheap version of it. Cheaper version. So I ended up picking up that. The ring's over there. I guess you have to come at the other angle. Or from somewhere else. Oh, I lived in Australia. Oh. Yeah, Australia. They're more of a Sega place, aren't they? Yeah. The other YouTuber, since Spaceys, that I've talked with a few times, and he's in Australia. Ah, jeez. He lives in Australia, and he used to work for Sega. He used to work for the Sega hotline, and he talks about that all the time. How everybody had a Sega, and hardly anybody had a Nintendo. It was just more mainstream in Australia. Of course, gaming all over the world is different. I mean, North America, we had the 1983 crash, and other parts of the world didn't have it, so it didn't affect them. Japan didn't have it, and Australia didn't have it, and like, Europe didn't have it. Like any part of Europe, it was really just North America that crashed. And so things were different here. And then when we looked at the Nintendo or the NES or whatever you want to call it as kind of like the resurgence of video games, when really to a lot of other people it just didn't. It was just another natural progression of this is the next system that came out. We looked at it like, oh, the Sega's, resurrecting the video game industry, or Nintendo and Sega and all that, but really it wasn't. It was just our own North American crash that we were recovering from. And I mean, for me, it never affected me because I always was gaming. I didn't care. I was playing on my Commodore 64. I was playing on my Atari. I didn't have my, I had my Intellivision when I was younger, but I ended up, it broke and all that stuff, and I had to get rid of it. But I was playing like a lot of Commodore 64 stuff when the supposed crash happened. I was still going and buying games, so it never really affected me. But that stupid frog, I knew I was going to hit him. Ah, all the way back down there. This is so annoying. I hate that condor thing. Whatever the hell it is. Oh, jeez. Couldn't get on the ladder. When I came to the US, my parents found a Master System at a garage sale with a bunch of games. I was excited. I was going to finally trade games with other kids. Boy, I was wrong. As far as I know, Sega Genesis had much more success in the US than in Japan. This actually led to Sega of Japan becoming angry, which sounds like bullcrap. The angry part, yeah. Oops. Yeah, Double Dragon, that was one I almost considered picking up. I don't really have much experience playing Double Dragon games. I don't think I own one on any of my systems. I almost considered picking it up for the Nintendo once. I've played it on the Atari 2600 version, although it's not that good. Double Dragon on the Atari. Don't get very far. Yeah, I remember seeing it for the Master System and the Genesis. Or, sorry, the Nintendo I remember seeing it for, not the Genesis. I am losing a lot here. Cool thing about this game is the sound chip that was built into the cartridge made it sound so much better. This is one of the better sounding Atari games out there because of that. You compare the sound effects to any other 2600 game. No! Mine had Safari Hunt and Hang On and Snail Maze. Secret game. But Recently found out that I had Snail Maze hidden on mine. I forgot they had that on the Master System. Oh, hidden. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I remember I picked up my Master System. I actually got it at a second-hand, or not a second, what do you call it? Yeah, a thrift shop. They had a Sega Master System with a bunch of games. It was the, it was not, it was in the auction thing, so I had to bid on it. So I put a number down. Pretty sure I paid $15 for it. I think 15 or 30, somewhere around there. I think I was like maybe one other person bid on it, and I ended up winning it. So that was pretty cool. And I knew nothing about Master System, like other than playing it like a few times at my cousin's house, very like, rarely. I didn't know a whole lot about the system, and I remember when I brought it home and I plugged it in, I was going to test it to see if it worked, and I hit the button, I turned it on without a cartridge in, and I was surprised to see a game boot up, and I was like, what the hell, I didn't even put a cartridge in, why is there a game on the screen? And it totally threw me off, and then I figured it out. I'm like, obviously they must have, put some built-in games in there, because I didn't have any other systems that did that. Like, I believe the Atari 2600 was supposed to do that. It was supposed to have combat built into it or something like that. And they just didn't get around to it, or maybe the price of it or something. There's the dog thingy. Dude. I think that's it. That's about as far as you can get. That little rat bastard. I didn't know you could pick him up. Remember which game came on. Yeah, my Sega has Hang On and Safari Hunt, I think it's called. The light gun game. So I ended up getting the light gun with it too. It was pretty fun. Yeah, well, this was kind of fun. I played a lot of weird games today that I've never seen before, so that was kind of fun. Did I get the ring? No, I didn't get the ring. I'm pretty sure I missed a few things. I didn't get all the items. I got that little boy, or whoever it was, that little person, and I got that. Is it a dog at the end there? I'm just happy I even made it up to the top there. I didn't think I was going to get that far. You have the Snail Maze secret game too. Well, how do I get to it? Snail Maze. Never heard of it. What's the secret to getting this Snail Maze game? All I saw was hang on, or you need to push up and buttons 1 and 2. Is that before you turn it on? If you get all 3 treasures, the game actually ends. Oh, okay. So if I were to get that ring, the boy is his niece. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Look like a little quivering kid. Well, I'll see if I can figure that out on my Sega. Just jot that down a note. See if I can get that. Sega. I haven't plugged in my Sega in a while. I was actually thinking of that, because I know I did a few videos in the past on some of my Sega stuff. But that'll be fun. But do I have to hit the buttons 1 and 2 after I turn it on, or do I hold it down when I turn it on? I'll be curious though. Like I said, I got that big lot of ColecoVision games, and it has Pitfall too, so I'll be curious to see how it looks like, if it works. I'm sure it's going to be pretty much the same. It's going to look the same. I mean, there's a few games in there that I didn't have, so I was glad to actually won that auction. There's some rare stuff in there too. At least look rare. could you do Master System videos? Yeah, I can totally. I could even stream some Master System stuff. I just don't know a whole lot of the games. So if I start streaming some Master System stuff, it'll be a lot of me just trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. But I can definitely do that. Same with Genesis. I do have some Genesis stuff. Funny enough, the only thing I can't really stream is in television because I can't get my emulator to work properly and it's not recognizing any of the ROMs. So most of my television videos are all going to be just videos. It's like that Finkel is Einhorn. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Oh, I love that movie. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to be packing it in now. Thanks everybody for coming in. It's been a lot of fun. Got to get up for work tomorrow, so that kind of sucks, but the weekend is over. If you stream SMS, you must stream Zillion. You can thank me later. Yeah. Well, if I do this stream, then yeah, I'm sure if you pop on, you can remind me to play that one. It's so hard. It's fun. Oh, good. Yeah, it's fun. Fun and hard. Anyways, thanks everybody for coming in. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll see you later.